Yes, good evening and happy weekend to you. Mr. Paul, thank you very much for being always punctual to our meeting. We appreciate you and we appreciate every other person that has been joining this meeting faithfully. We have started alternative dispute resolution and we are about entering week 3 of the training. And people have been so committed and we appreciate you for that. How many of you watched our induction today? We had our induction in Lagos today, and I believe that some of you were there to witness the induction through online. Some of you were physically on ground to participate in the induction, and I hope you enjoy it. And then we are wishing to welcome more people into our membership fold so that together we can promote peace and make our society beautiful. So I really want to appreciate all of you for taking your time to connect to this training every day. And we are grateful. We are not taking your commitment for granted. We appreciate all of you for your dedication, for your commitment, and your zeal to gain knowledge in this field and also to go out there and apply this knowledge in your life and in your society. So we really appreciate you and we honor you for taking part to be part of this training. And then also we want to say happy weekend. And I believe those of you that have weekend to relax and enjoy yourself, I hope you did justice to that. I really appreciate all of you for taking time to be part of today's training as well. So, Ambassador Halima, you are welcome. We appreciate you for always being there. And then Pega Wilson, we also appreciate you. And so many of you that have been taking time to connect to this program, those of you that cannot mention your name, but you are part of this Esenowo and Oyeyemi, Samuel, all of Ella. I want to appreciate all of you for taking time to be part of today's training. It's a privilege, and we are not taking it for granted to always connect here. It's a privilege. So thank you very much. And yesterday we were able to round up our training on arbitration, and I hope you will learn a lot on arbitration. And you know two way now that when you are going into a contract, whether domestic or international business relationship or trade whatsoever, and you don't want to leave it in such a way that if there is any disagreement, you can go to court, then you can make provisions in that agreement, in that contract, that in case of any disagreement, you want this matter to be addressed in so place of arbitration, or should be addressed under the arbitration using uh, the principles of particular institution, whether ICC or your central or any of them that you may want to use. I hope you will learn a lot in that. So just take your time. You can research on some of those institutions that we'll talk about. You can see more guidelines and the direction on how to go about it. So it will benefit you more if you can take time to explore more opportunities concerning this matter. And then, apart from that, we are also going to maybe in a form of simulation or role playing or whatever, we may start organizing a peace clinic and featuring some of you so that you can participate in arbitration. We want to see you can also facilitate mediation. We want to see, and so all of that we are going to practice them to some extent so that you can have practical skills and have some practical knowledge on how to go about certain things. So that if you do not do well, we'll correct you. If you do perfectly, we will appreciate you and encourage you to maintain that level. Do you understand? So that's what we're going to do. So I will encourage as many people that will be interested to do this to identify themselves so that we can assign. We don't want to allocate London because we do. Some people will not appear. Do you understand? So it will be so bad. So we want people to indicate interest, and then we'll select them and then group them, and then see how we can achieve whatever we want to achieve. So thank you very much for taking time to be part of today's training. For those of you that wrote your exams on emotional intelligence and you're waiting for your certificate, we're actually working on that. I have been so, I have been disturbing our website developer who is working on the certificate portal, and also, and today he promised me that the portal will be up. So I'm still expecting that it will be up today or tonight. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. If it's up and I tested it and it's okay, then I will inform you so that you can go ahead and print your certificate. Your certificate is not coming this time around manual. You can fill some information by yourself and print it. Do you understand? So that's how it's going to be. So be patient with us, but I assure you that by next week, all of you must have received your certificate on emotional intelligence. So thank you very much, and uh, you're welcome for today's meeting. So those of you that were expecting me in Lagos, unfortunately, I was unable to go. Janet represented the National Secretariat. So, but I hope you had a wonderful induction. Maybe I'll see you next time that there is induction in Lagos. Please bear with us this time around. So today we're going to look at negotiation. Today we're going to look at negotiation. We have done mediation. We have done arbitration. Today we are looking at what? Negotiation. So what you help us to do is share this meeting with someone, invite the person to also participate in a training. Even if the person is not going to get certificate in this one, they will register for the next one because they will get awareness that, okay, this thing is happening continuously, so I will get another one. Do you understand? So it's very important. So try to invite someone, try to also comment, try to also like and share. All right, thank you very much, so that people can get to know that something is happening here that will benefit them really good, and it will help our society at the end of the day, because there's what we call the trickle down effect. Do you understand? By the time you receive this knowledge, you apply it, then you see that it trickle down and make our society beautiful. So that is what it means. So today we're going to look at negotiation. 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 We all negotiate. We all negotiate. Do you understand? Even in this training, there are some people that negotiated. They call me, they say, oh, sir, please, because of my job engagement, because when you are live, I may not be able to be live because of my work. So can I can I watch the recordings after when I have time? Can I watch the recordings? Can that still count? And I say yes, it can still count. Do you understand? So they negotiate. Do you understand? They negotiate. So there's a negotiation. So we negotiate every day at low level, at high level, we negotiate. Do you understand? Consciously or unconsciously, we negotiate. You go just by the but at the back of your yard or your house, you see a kiosk there. You want to buy a recharge card or you want to buy a biscuit. You negotiate. All right, you negotiate. You ask the price of a recharge card, they say 100 naira, you are negotiating for 18 naira. Do you understand? So we negotiate on daily basis. You want to take a cab from one junction to another, let's say from Lugbe to Area 1, and then you say that they told you 700 naira, you say, wow, that's much. I have 500 naira. Do you understand? You negotiate. We negotiate on a daily basis. Do you understand? And whether we are conscious of this fact or not, the truth remains that we negotiate. So this is what we're going to look at today. So some of the things that you have been doing unprofessionally, maybe you can see how you can begin to apply some professionalism in your negotiation, whether it's a formal negotiation meetings or any formal negotiation meeting, you can still be able to apply some of these skills and get more benefit from it than when you were doing it unprofessionally. Do you understand? So this is what we're going to look at today. So let's look at this. Now, first and foremost, let's look at so we're going to look at the fundamentals of negotiation. This is what we're going to cover in Unit 1. We are in Module 4 now, Unit 1, Module 4. So we're looking at the fundamentals of negotiation. The fundamentals of negotiation. And so we're going to look at the definitions and types of negotiation. So we're going to consider all the various types of negotiation available for us to understand and apply them. So whenever you are exhibiting a particular attitude or behavior, know that this is the type of negotiation you are dealing with. Do you understand? So let's look at the definition of negotiation. Just like we have defined before, negotiation is a process in which two or more parties, all right, communicate to reach an agreement or resolve a conflict. When two or more parties communicate with the aim of resolving conflict or reaching a particular agreement over a particular goal, that is what we call negotiation. Do you understand? You go to a particular shop, you want to buy biscuit. The seller of this biscuit also want to get maximize profit. You also want to get it at affordable rate, and then you negotiate. He said to you, this biscuit is 250 naira, and you say, no, I will pay 100 naira. 250 naira, this small biscuit. Do you understand? And then the person begins to tell you, oh, the cost of things have changed, transportation, fuel, this one and that one, the cost of shop, everything. The prices are no longer the same. And then you understand with the person that, oh, there are economic downtown, so many things are not just normal. All right, but okay, but 250 is too much. Let me give you 150. You add 15 naira. What you are doing, you are negotiating, and in the process, until you get to a particular level of what you want to pay for that particular item, and then maybe finally you pay 200 naira. So you get it. Do you understand? So the person selling also wins, and to some extent, you consider it to be affordable. That's why you pay 200 naira and you buy it. Do you understand? Because if it's not within your purchasing power, you may leave it. Do you understand? That's what it means. So, but we negotiate. Even when we buy granite on the street, we negotiate. You ask how much is cup? They say cup is 150. I say, no. Okay, I will give you 300 naira, or I will give you 300 naira for 4 cups. Do you understand? You negotiate so that you can get maximum benefit from that engagement. So that's what negotiation is all about. It involves a discussion aimed at reaching a mutual understanding or settlement on issues of common concern. Do you understand? Issues of common what concern. So that's what negotiation is all about. So what are the types of negotiation? What are the types of negotiation? We have distributive negotiation. We have what? Distributive negotiation. What does this means to you when we talk about distributive? Distributive negotiation is this type of negotiation that produces a winner and a loser. Do you understand? In this type of negotiation, there must be a winner and there must be a loser. Similar to what litigation is all about. Do you understand? In this type of negotiation, we must produce what? A winner and a loser. That is distributive negotiation. So it involves a fixed amount of resources. For instance, maybe say money, a fixed amount of resources or a particular property. Do you understand? So one person must get it and another person has to go. Do you understand? So there must be a winner. All right. So each party aims to maximize their share, often at the expense of the other. You come to pay for a particular property, they will tell you it's you, the buyer, that sometimes you end up suffering. So sometimes if it's not within you, because those people that fix the price, they want to maximize their gain. Do you understand? So they win. So at the end of the day, even if you buy, you end up paying more than what you budgeted for or what you could have willingly go for. So it means that you are losing. That is because what you budgeted for this, you are paying addition. You understand? So in that sense, it means that you lose it. But assuming you negotiated to a point that you are able to buy at the budget or below that budget, then you are considered that you are winning. You understand? So it is common in situations like haggling over prices. Haggling over what prices? Right? That's bargaining over prices. You bargain over prices until you win. Do you understand? So that's what distributive negotiation is all about. Produces what is a win-lose negotiation. All right. Let's look at integrative negotiation. Integrative negotiation. This negotiation produce two winners. There must be a win-win situation. Do you understand? So in integrative negotiation, parties work together to find a mutually beneficial solution. That is, I'm working for your good. You also are working for my good. We are working for our own good, the best option for us. Do you understand? The best option for us. That's what we're working on. Do you understand? Okay, I also don't want us to go to court. I want us to find a way we can resolve this problem outside of court. Do you understand? If we begin to talk to ourselves like that, then it means that we are willing to help solve our own problems. And that's what we call integrative negotiation. The parties in the conflict find a way that is mutually beneficial to all of them. Do you understand? It's, nobody is working against anybody here. Everybody is interested with another's interest. Do you understand? Concern. So it focuses on collaborative problem solving and creating values. Solve problems and create values. So at the end of the day, you have reasons to smile home. Do you understand? You have reasons to maintain relationships. That is, we can equally say it saves relationships. Do you understand? From destruction. Do you understand? Because everybody work together to solve problems at the same time. You create values. I mean, value can be relationship can be valued. Do you understand? Values that you are creating. Do you understand? That's what it means. And then you are also promoting peace in a way that it benefits you and the society. So useful in long-term relationships and partnerships. Do you understand what this means? Useful in what? Long-term relationships and partnership. You are into a partnership business with somebody. You understand? So you are always finding common grounds that you can go together. Because you are business partner, you don't want to spoil the relationship here. You want that relationship to continue to benefit all of you. And that is what is your interest. Do you understand? That is what is your interest. And so you look for common grounds that benefit both parties. Can be in relationship, marriage. Can say, Madam, I don't want us. I don't want. I don't like divorce, and I love you, and I want you to continue to be my wife. Do you understand? So I think we need to talk over this issue so that we will not be having misunderstanding all the times. Do you understand? Thing you can discuss. That is, you are finding a common. That is, Madam too is willing to listen to you. Madam also is saying that I don't want to because I love the husband of my children. Do you understand? So I want us to continue together and have a beautiful home. So you sit down and talk to each other and negotiate. That what you are doing is an integrative negotiation. It's over matters. If matters that affected you so much, you can sit down and talk and negotiate until you reach a common ground for both of you. That is integrative negotiation. We have talked about two types of negotiation so far: distributive negotiation and integrative negotiation. What is the third one? The third one is competitive negotiation. Competitive what? Negotiation. This type of negotiation also uh, see parties compete against each other to secure the best possible outcome for themselves. Take for instance now the game of football. When people negotiate, when people compete, what's the everybody's competing to get the best of the best side of someone. So and sometimes what you see in this competitive negotiation is it's also likely to produce a loser and a winner. Do you understand? But it's possible that sometimes it can be a tally. Do you understand? There can be a tally because that's why in football sometimes you see a goalless draw. Do you understand? So everybody wins a point and lose 1 point. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So um, competitive negotiation often involves aggressive tactics and minimal cooperation. Aggressive, aggressive, and minimal cooperation. Have you ever seen different football teams being so casual? No, 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 except they don't want to win the game. Do you understand? Otherwise, they are aggressive in their tactics and they don't show any form of cooperation against their opponents. They want to win. Do you understand? They want to win. And of course, it's not just football. Do you understand? There are some okay, like the one that government sometimes used to do with the labor unions, be intimidating the labor unions. You understand? And be deploying all manner of tactics to show them that uh, whatever price I've given them. So just to try and win. Do you understand? So can lead to a strained relationship if not managed carefully. As the relationship between government and the labor being so good. Recently, their rebel president was arrested when he was about to go to UK for a meeting. He was arrested. He did not even go again. You understand? So why are they arresting him? Is it a crime for him to negotiate for people that he's leading? You understand? But they say he refused to honor the invitation of the DSS and whatever. Why are the DSS inviting him in the first place? What crime has he committed? How how does he become a threat to Nigerian government? You understand? But that's not my business. So, but what I'm saying is that there's this competitive negotiation. Do you understand? So your strength and your ability and the tactics. Sometimes some people can be so violent just to get what they want. They can intimidate you. Do you understand? Deploy such kind of tactics, intimidation, just to get the result of what they want from you through that intimidation. It's a tactics. They intimidate you to fear, and then you give up, and then they won't. But when you stand your ground and say you cannot take that kind of intimidation, I'm not afraid of you. Whatever you want to do, we can do it. Have you not seen people fight in the course of negotiation? They are negotiating over something, and before you know it, they start blowing each other. Do you understand? Why? Because it's a tactics, competitive negotiation. But we are not saying you should be violent, but you can raise voices. I will not take this. I cannot this. Do you understand? It's a tactics, competitive negotiation. Let's look at collaborative negotiation. Collaborative negotiation also sounds like um, the integrative negotiation. It has some element of integrative negotiation. It involves cooperation and open communication between and among the parties. Do you understand? It aims to understand each other's need and interest to find a satisfactory solution, build trust and long-term relationships. So competitive and distributive negotiation have similarities and something in common. Why collaborative and integrative negotiation also have some similarities and something in common. Do you understand? They have some things in common. So we have what we call principled negotiation. Principled negotiation. Principled negotiation. Developed by Roger Fisher and William Ulley in their book, Getting to a Yes, Getting to Yes, all right? It focuses on interest rather than position. It's not what the customer say it is, or it's not what the other party say it is that it is. What is the interest behind this? If the customer, if the driver says to you the transportation fare from here to that place is 1,000, then you are not looking at that 1,000. That's the problem. But the interest. Why is it that this man is saying from here to one is 1,000? What are the issues? What are the interests? So helping to find solutions that satisfy both parties. It also encourages objective criteria and mutual gains. Objective criteria. Well, sir, you say your money is 1,000, and then he will give you reasons why it is 1,000. If you try to argue, you understand? Tell you how fuel price have increased, and also they will pay union, do this one, do that one. And then after you say all of that, you too, you come. So okay, me too, I need your assistance. I don't have money. Can you assist me? I have 700. So, so you're not looking at the interest. You are not looking at the position. Rather, you're looking at the interest. Everybody have their interest. Do you understand? So it's not a position. So multi-party negotiation. Multi-what party negotiation. That is, when we talk about multi-party negotiation, we're talking about where there are groups, right? Or parties in groups negotiating. That is, we come as clan against clan or coming to negotiate over a piece of land. Do you understand? I mean, maybe there may be another group again. So this is a group negotiation. So this can be more complex due to what the number of interests and dynamics involved. So it's more complex because it involves so many interests. Do you understand? Sometimes they may say it's over a piece of land, but you discover that there are other matters also that are involved. Requires effective communications and coordinations to reach a consensus. It requires what? Effective communications and coordination to reach a consensus. So if it's not properly coordinated, ability to reach a consensus may be challenged. Consensus may become difficult to reach. Why? Lack of coordination. So you must coordinate all the interests and all the intrigues and the dynamics involved for you to get at the result of what you want. Do you understand? So there's multi-party negotiation. Then we'll talk about team negotiation. You see, team negotiation is different from multi-party negotiation. You understand? Team negotiation means you have a team of negotiators negotiating on behalf of the parties or something of that nature. Do you understand? So that is just it. So it involves a group of negotiators representing one party. Do you understand? So that's a different case. Team negotiators. And then can leverage diverse skills and perspectives. Useful for complex negotiation where various expertise is needed. So this is so these are the various types of negotiations we have. So which one do you practice frequently? Which one do you practice frequently? Is it distributive? Is it integrative? Or is it competitive? Or is it collaborative? Which one do you practice often as a person? And as a team, which one do you practice often? Is it a multi-party negotiation or is it team negotiation? Which one? Or is it principal negotiation? Just finding a way to a yes. How do you negotiate and which one do you apply out of the various types of negotiation we have discussed today? Which one do you oftenly apply? Let us know in the comment section. Tell us which one you used to apply oftenly. But I believe most of us have been engaging the competitive and the distributive one. Do you understand? That's the one we have been so particularly concerned. We are doing tactics. We are doing tactics today. I went I wanted to buy Bomo, and then one woman also was there to buy the same Bomo. In fact, she was there before I came, so she was negotiating over it already. And then so she said something that triggered my knowledge of this thing. So she was saying her thing, but me, it was just matching with the knowledge I have over negotiation. Do you understand? I was just trying to match what she was doing with what I'm talking to you here now, and that's why I'm still making reference to it. So she said to the person that is selling promo that one, because the person told him 2,500, and she was pricing for 1,500, and the person so said no. Do you understand that Bomo is more than that? That things are very expensive and all of that now. Do you understand? And then she still insisted that she will pay 1,500 naira. And then she did not stop there. Say it's even Bomo, which is not meat. You understand? For her now, she criticized the Bomo in the first place, make the seller to feel that this Bomo save is not even meat. So I'm just buying it. It has no value. That's the impression. Do you understand? What can it add to my she wanted to buy it, but to make it look as if this is not something so big that you'll be quoting that kind of price. It's not something that is not even valuable. I'm just as if I'm just buying it. So all these tactics she was putting it just to make sure that the man will reduce it so that he can get it at the price she wants. Do you understand? But the guy also insisted on 2,500. She stand on 1,500. I believe that the guy has interest of 2,000. Assuming she said 2,000, so we and the guy will accept. Do you understand? So, but they stand in the middle. So me, I bought my own and left. But that is their tactics. Do you understand? So that is the tactics I'm talking about. We do this frequently. We do it. So all in a bid to try to get some favorable outcomes. Do you understand? Negotiation. So whether you're doing it professionally or unprofessionally, know that this is what you're doing. All right, let's look at principled negotiation. Principled negotiation. Let's look deep into it. We say principled negotiation is a negotiation strategy developed by Roger Fisher and William Ulley. It outlined in their book, Getting to Yes. This approach emphasizes mutual interest and aims to create win-win outcomes. Do you understand? So if you look at principal negotiation, it's fall in line with integrative negotiation. It also fall in line with collaborative negotiation. Do you understand? So it may just have different approaches and some key principles that may need to apply that may be different. Do you understand? But they have one thing in common, which is creating a win-win relationship. Do you understand what comes? So let's look at key principles of principled negotiation. Key principles of principled what negotiation. One is people versus interest. People versus what? Interest. In principled negotiation, we are saying that you should separate people from the problem. Separate people from the problem. That's why sometimes people may say, okay, throw the message and embrace me, just take me, but throw away the message and take me. Do you understand? So that you are trying to separate the message from the messenger. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So separate the people from the problem. Focus on interest, not on position. Focus on interest, not on position. All right. Understand the underlying needs and concerns of both parties rather than getting entrenched in specific demands. They may say this, but why are they saying that? So you know it. So people versus what? Interest. Separate people from problem and focus on their interest. Focus on interest. Then the second principle is interest. Identify and understand the interests of both parties. This involves asking questions to uncover what each party truly wants and needs, allowing for more creative solutions, right? So you can decide to apply the principle of normally, like if for those of you that did induction, we're doing our pre-induction training, we'll talk about the do not conflict analysis tool, or what we call the onion tool. The onion tool is used in negotiation basically. And why are we calling it the onion tool? Is because it is in layers. Do you understand? So people that come to negotiation table come with different interests. Do you understand? Their interests are in layers. Do you understand? That's what they say is what they want, and then the other one is what they say is their interest, and then the other one is what they say their need. So they can compromise their wants. They can also compromise some certain extent their need, their interest rather. But what they cannot compromise is their need. All of us here cannot compromise our need. That's why if we go to a bookshop to buy a book, and the bookseller say this book is 1,000 naira, you understand? Maybe the seller wants to sell this book at 800 naira, and that is his need, because in that he can get his interest that will cover his transportation and maybe a little benefit of profit. And so he's ready and willing to sell it at 800. So if you give this seller 799 naira, he will not sell it. Why? His interest, his need, rather, his need is what? 800. So if you like give him 799 naira point 50 kobo, he will not still collect it because he has not met the need. You will turn your back and go, he will not call you. I think you have experienced that. You turn your back with the thinking that let me, if I'm going, you will call me, I will come and buy it. You will go, he will not call you. That is to tell you that his need has not been what met. So once you meet his need, he will give it to you. You understand? That's what it means. So interest, options. In principle, negotiation always create what? Options. Generate a variety of options before deciding. Brainstorm multiple solutions that could satisfy both parties' interests rather than limiting the discussion to a single outcome. If this one did not work, which one? Do you understand? So you don't need to focus on one outcome. If this one will not work, let me, that's why even in this training we give options. If you cannot connect on Facebook, you can connect on YouTube. Do you understand? So you have options. So if you say that I don't use Facebook, you use YouTube, connect there. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So generate options. Always have an alternative. In case this one does not work out, I can settle for this. Principled negotiation. Then talk about criteria. We'll talk about criteria, all right? Use objective criteria to evaluate options. Establish standards or benchmarks. Establish what? Standards or benchmarks, such as legal standards, industry norms, or expert opinions. You have to have a kind of benchmark. Now, you may say that, okay, if this and this contains this and that, I will go with it. Okay, for instance, now, Let me give one a critical example now. You want to buy a very used car, what we call second new, all right? You want to buy a very used car, and then they say this car is 1.5 million naira. And then you say, okay, well, I may be willing to, I will examine the car. If the car have AC and is buy and drive with good tires, I may, with a sound engine, I may consider to pay the 1.5. But if the car does not have this, then you have an option. Either you negotiate it to a certain level of amount that you can maybe say you pay 1 million and then you use the remaining 500 to repay the car and fix the other item. Do you understand? So these are the things you negotiate. So, but have options. And then probably you may even have options of buying another car entirely, not even that one. You understand? So these are the things. But have options so that have a benchmark of what that can be in that you can pay or you can venture into that. So to guide decision making, ensuring that the agreement is fair and reasonable. So that is the essence of certain criteria. Do you understand? Then we'll talk about the BATNA. BATNA, that is BATNA. BATNA is an abbreviation that has to do with best alternative to a negotiated agreement. That is the full meaning of BATNA. Best alternative to a negotiated agreement. Now, when it comes to negotiation, like we'll talk about the issue of having options, alternatives. We are saying that you should have BATNA. Why? Why? Because it's possible that the option you are going for into a negotiation may fail. You may not be able to reach that agreement. So, but you can consider the alternative that is still more favorable, and then you go for it. Now, we are saying that you should know your alternatives before entering into negotiations. As I'm going to this negotiation, if it fails, what are the alternatives? You understand? So, understand your best options if the negotiation fails. This knowledge empowers you and provides leverage during discussion. Now, let me give you an example of what I'm trying to say here. You want to buy two properties, maybe building properties, for instance, building properties, for instance, now, and then um, there's one that is in a choice location, in a very strategic location, but very expensive, right? And then there's another one, not really in a very strategic location, but quite affordable. Do you understand? But you are interested in the one that is very expensive because of that strategic location. But not that the one that is not in a strategic location also is not in your mind. That one too is part of consideration. But you are going for the one that is in strategic location with the hope that you can get it at a reasonable price. Do you understand? And so you go into it, negotiation. And so as the negotiation progresses and you discover that it's becoming so practically impossible for you to reach agreement, you activate the other alternative, which is the option B, which is not in a strategic location but is affordable. You try to also and find out how far. And then if actually you can even buy more, even lesser than what you were budgeting for, you can now switch and buy without minding. Do you understand? So that's what we say. We say best alternative. Which one is the best alternative to the best option that you're going for? That's what we're talking about here. Do you understand? So have alternative so that you can fall back in case you can fall back on in case the best option is not did not go away. Do you understand? That is it. So let's look at the advantages of principal negotiation. advantages of principal negotiation is collaborative. That is, encourages cooperation and understanding, fostering positive relationships, right? Creative solutions, right? Another advantage of this is that by focusing on interests and generating options, it can lead to what innovative agreements that satisfy both parties. Fairness, using objective criteria helps ensure that the outcomes are equitable and justifiable. Do you understand? So these are the advantages of principal negotiation. So where do you apply principal negotiations? Principal negotiations is applicable in various contexts, including business negotiations, conflict resolutions, labor negotiations, and personal disputes. And personal what disputes. So these are the areas that you can apply principal negotiation: business engagement, conflict resolution, labor negotiations, and personal disputes. You can go and apply this principle and it will work for you. Let's look at some of these things I will talk about in details. Let's look at the partner to some level, to some certain extent, and then we'll be looking at ZOPA. ZOPA is also an abbreviation, that is ZOPA. ZOPA, do you understand? And then we have the partner, we have the ZOPA. So the partner will say is best alternative to a negotiated agreement, right? So what is ZOPA? ZOPA is what we call zone of possible agreement. Zone of possible agreement. Now, let's try to understand these two concepts or two acronyms. Let's see what they mean. Let's see what they stand for. Let's see how their role in negotiation. Let's see their impact in negotiation. So partner, like I have explained before, refers to the best course of action a party can take if negotiation fail and an agreement cannot be reached. So which one is the best option you can take should in case what you are going for did not work? Do you understand? You want to become a doctoral fellow of the institute, but we tell you that you are not qualified. So which one are you going to fall into? Full member, fellow, senior member, or associate? Depends. Do you understand? So these are the things. To have an option in case they refuse to award me doctoral fellow, I can still go and manage fellow member. Do you understand? And then upgrade later. Is it not so? So have a best alternative, all right, available. Let it be there. So what is the importance of this? What is the importance of this? That's what we call empowerment. That is, knowing your partner gives you privilege in negotiation. It gives you privilege. It empowers you to, you can walk away in any negotiation that is not working for you. Do you understand? You can decide and pick another options and then move. So as it helps you understand your options and set a baseline, that is a line that you cannot cross, that you cannot go below this, and you cannot go above this baseline. Do you understand? For what you are willing to accept. Then we'll talk about decision making. A strong partner can help you walk away from a negotiation that does not meet your minimum requirements. That is, you can easily make decision to walk away. But we have an option that I can take. So why are you stressing me? Do you understand? So I have an option. If you are stressing me, I will go and face that option. You understand? And and if you have your best partner, then you stand a chance to even get some favorable terms in negotiation. Do you understand? Because you are telling somebody, somebody just called me. When I was coming here, somebody even called me that he has a property that he wants me to come and look into. So I have options. So if I'm not willing, I can still leave it. Do you understand? I have options. So you used to, and many of us used to do this thing so that you create this kind of impression that if you are not willing to say I can go and buy anywhere, do you understand that kind of thing? So, but it's good. You should have something that you can fall on. That's why sometimes if we don't have an option, what you discover that what we advance is desperation. And when we advance desperation, then there's a room for exploitation. Do you understand? Because you advance, you know, anxiousness and desperation, you want to get it. You are claiming that, oh, you have options, but you're not going anywhere. Then someone sense that this is just a tactic, and then they begin to also stand their ground to make sure that at the end of the day you buy even more. You understand? But some of you may not even have the options. What you will do is that you will tell somebody that you have options, so and if it's not willing, you will go. And then maybe after serious negotiation, you will go your own way. You understand? You will go, but you cannot sleep because you don't have any option. Maybe the following day you call the person. Are you still willing to take the price I give you? Sometimes if you are lucky enough, the person will reduce something again for you. Or if not, if not me, I will even increase it. I will say it has increased. It has increased from 200 million to 250 million. So that you give me more. And then and you know that sometimes people say like that. Do you understand? Because when someone realize that yes, you really need this property, you can even increase the price. They'll tell you that another person even came and paid more than that. So I'm not even selling again. I'm not selling again. I'm not selling again. So it will put you under pressure to come and even pay more. Do you understand? So all of these are tactics. So we understand that we discuss other types of negotiation, right? To don't understand, as you are also doing your own, another person is also doing so. So better have an option that you can walk away without looking back. Once you look back, you will be like a Lot wife. Do you understand? For those of you that are Christian, that Lot wife. Do you understand? Once you look back, you enter one chance. That is the truth. So walk away, just walk away and face your option and go. You know that sometimes you negotiate even fair with somebody, and then even when they call you to come back, you refuse that you are not coming. Carry your car and go. I will enter another car. That's your other options. Do you understand? And you walk away without looking back. Even when they call you to come and pay what you give them, you still say no, I'm not. For the fact that they stress you, say I'm not entering your car again. You can go. Go to here. I have another option. I can enter another car and go my own way. Do you understand? I'm just using some simple examples to give you things that we do on a daily basis. Do you understand? Some of the things we do, we don't think they mean anything, but these are the things. Maybe you have the concepts today. Best alternatives. Have it. So whenever you're going to a negotiation, even if it's a property you want to buy, have options available. Should in case the best one that you want is not working now, choose the next available alternative that you can fall back on. You want a land in Asokoro, but you don't have the means. Then you can fall back in Sabonlugbe. Or you can even go to Piakiasi. Do you understand? And get a land there. And if you don't even want to, you can go to Suleja. You understand? So that's what it means. But have an option. All right. Don't just go into negotiation without option. You may be under pressure too. You may be anxious, and there may be desperation. Do you understand? There may be desperation, and then you end up paying more, and you'll be exploited. Do you understand? So, assessment of offer by comparing proposed agreements to your partner, you can evaluate whether the offer on the table is better than your alternative. Because it's possible that what you are coming for can even give you something even better and affordable than even the one you were thinking that is in the option. It's possible like that as well. It's possible because some sales may be distress sale. Okay, so you get something better. You can get a car better than even if you go and buy a new one. Get a very used car, but it's going to be cheaper and better than if you go and buy a new one. Do you understand? That is, it will benefit you. You discover that you look at it and then you find no difference because there are some cars that you buy. Somebody just buy you 2, 3 months or 6 months, it's still okay, and then maybe under some form of pressure, they say, I get with somebody I want to sell this car. Do you understand? You buy it as neatly as you buy a new car. So that's what I'm saying. So sometimes you can get something like this. Your options, when you compare it, you discover that oh, you are even getting something better at affordable price, and so there's no need to even look at your partner again. Do you understand? That's what it means. So I hope you guys are following me, and I hope we're having a conversation, we're having a discussion here. So let's look at ZOPA. ZOPA, zone of possible agreement. Zone of what? Possible agreement. We have what we call ZOPA, and what it means is the range or area where the interest of the negotiating parties overlapped. Do you understand? So it represents the set of potential agreements that both parties would find acceptable. Now, we'll talk about over. That is, now you have negotiated to a point that you have your interest over you know overlapped. Do you understand? Do you understand? So now what this means is that there is possibility for agreement. You are seeing my hand. Do you understand? There is possibility for what? Agreement. But when there is no overlap, then there's possibility that there will be no agreement. And if there must be agreement, it means that you have to negotiate further. Do you understand? For you to reach that agreement. So ZOPA is the range or area where the interests of the negotiating parties overlap or meet. Right. So let's look at some components of this ZOPA. Reservation price. Reservation price. For instance, now you are discussing there's a price you want to. That is, maybe somebody say 10,000, but you are also putting in your mind that well, if they can come down to 8,000, I'll pay. Okay, the other person too is targeting that if you can only give him 8,000, he can say. You understand? So in this case, what you are happening here is overlapped. That's what called ZOPA. That's a point, a zone of possible agreement. But sometimes it may not really be that 8,000 in mind, but maybe you come close to what the person wants. Maybe let's say 7,500. The person may want 8,000, but there is that 7,500. It still means that the person is still within the range.